Hi there, I'm Dr. Taylor Pascal with Pascal Chiropractic in San Jose, California, and today I want to answer a question that we get pretty frequently in the office, and that is, what's up with intermittent fasting? You might also know it as time-restricted eating. So first off, intermittent fasting is when people limit the hours in the day in which they're eating, usually below 10 or 8 hours. Meaning that once they start eating, their last meal is within, say, 8 hours of that initial meal, okay? So there's a few reasons why people do that, and yes, it might be a fad, but there's also some real potential for some excellent health benefits around time-restricted eating or intermittent fasting, okay? So many people will do this as a diet for weight loss. Many people will do it to improve their overall health and the way their body recovers. And many people do intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating to help manage their hormonal balance, especially the role that it plays in their circadian rhythm and insulin sensitivity. So first, let's talk about diet-wise, okay? So if we are limiting the hours in which we're eating, naturally, in many cases, we're going to be having a lower caloric intake, meaning we're eating less calories, so there's less for our body to process, less for it to store, okay? Also, depending on the hours that we choose to eat within, it's likely that it's going to cut out some of that snacking throughout the day, especially late at night. Now, for improved health, what the research shows us is that when the body is in a fasted state, meaning we have not eaten for a certain amount of time, the function of the body shifts over and actually changes the way that it repairs individual cells. So we're either in a fed state or a fasted state, okay? When we are in a fed state, like most of us usually are, even if we're between meals, if we haven't had enough hours pass, we're still technically in a fed state, not fasting, okay? So in the fed state that most people are usually in, say we have one healthy cell, it's at 100%, and we have one damaged cell, it's at 60%. In a fed state, the body gives parts from the good cell to the damaged cell. So say if we have a cell at 100% and 60%, after that repair process, we might end up with two cells that are at 80%. Now, that's definitely an improvement, but is it a long-term ideal? And what the research has shown us is that when the body is in a fasted state, instead of our cell that's at 100% giving some of its properties to the cell that's at 60%, the body maintains that perfect cell at 100% and will essentially go through programmed cellular death of that damaged cell. So all we're left is with a healthy cell at 100% and building blocks so the body can make new healthy cells. This is actually really exciting and really encouraging for the body's overall ability to recover. Now, let's talk about how intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating plays into our hormonal balance and our circadian rhythm, all right? So humans are diurnal creatures, meaning we're supposed to be awake during the day and asleep at night. By the same reasoning, we should be eating during the day and sleeping at night as well, not eating at night, okay? So we're the most insulin sensitive when we get up in the morning. Insulin is that hormone that helps energy get from the blood into the cells. Insulin metabolism is what diabetics struggle with, to give you some context. So it makes sense when we're most insulin sensitive in the morning to eat our largest meal. Later in the day, when we're not as insulin sensitive, the body might have trouble getting that fuel in the blood into the cells, and often it will store it as adipose, as fat tissue, okay? All of us are not looking for more of that. So, for example, somebody might eat breakfast, they might skip breakfast, go throughout their workday, maybe snacking, maybe not snacking. For this example, it's not gonna matter. But often when we get off work, end of the day, sun's probably heading down, if not down already underneath the horizon, then we're gonna eat dinner, okay? So what this does when our body is used to or programmed to having its largest meal in the morning when we're most insulin sensitive, when we have a large meal at night, it kind of confuses the body. It's giving the body mixed signals, especially when shortly after that, we try to go to sleep. I'm sure you've been told, hey, don't eat dinner too close to bedtime, don't snack at night. Well, this is one reason. It's gonna play into our hormonal balance. It's gonna play into our sleep-wake cycle. So as a general rule of thumb, if we wanna support healthy hormonal balance and healthy circadian rhythm, sleep-wake cycles, try to eat most of your meals during the day, especially earlier in the day when we're more insulin sensitive, and cut out some of that late night heavy eating or snacking. And my bet is that you're gonna start getting better sleep, feel more rested in the morning, and you'll feel good about yourself doing it. So if you do want to start some sort of intermittent fasting, please do your homework, make sure you consult your health professional, make sure that you've done your research and informed yourself so you know what's going on, you know what to expect. Now, the research shows us that some of the best benefits that we get are when we are eating within an 8-hour window and fasting for 16 hours in the day out of the 24 hours. Now, some people will take this to the extreme and just have one meal, but that's really not necessary to get great benefits from intermittent fasting based on what the research tells us. A good place to start is try to restrict your eating in the daytime within 10 hours, work it down to 9 hours, work it down to within 8 hours, and that's a good window that you can hover in for some time. Now, the cool part about intermittent fasting is that the research shows us that we get a ton of benefits just doing it 5 days a week. So that means, yes, weekends can be cheat days as far as the time restricted eating, which is a nice benefit for many of our social lives. So for now, if you do want to start this and you've already consulted your health professional, made sure that it's safe for your body to do this pattern of eating, and you have no contraindications that would say maybe we shouldn't do this or wait for another time to do this, a great way to start that's pretty easy is not think about what you're eating. Don't change what you're eating, just when you're eating it. When we make smaller changes over longer periods of time, they start to become more consistent. When we try to turn over our whole life routine, that's when it doesn't stick, okay? So we want to make small changes and work towards our goals. I know that when I stick to my intermittent fasting, I get better rest, I wake up more energized, I feel leaner, and my thoughts feel cleaner. So I thought I'd touch on this for you guys just because it is a question that we get often in the office. I'm really appreciative that you guys watched. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe to the page so you can get more great content. We love to create content especially for you. Let us know what you're looking for in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. I'm Dr. Taylor Pascal. Thanks for watching.